Tucked away in garages and forgotten in fields, there exists a collection of the most elusive trucks ever built. These aren't your everyday pickups, they're the legends that 99% of people have never heard of. So here are 5 ultra-rare pickup trucks that are almost unseen. The Powell Pickup Truck, also known as the Sport Wagon, tells the story of an unusual venture by the Powell Manufacturing Company from Compton, California. Originally makers of radios and scooters, the Powell brothers, Channing Powell and Hayward Powell, expanded their expertise into vehicle production after a series of ventures and contributions to wartime efforts, including World War II and the Korean War. Post-Korea, they shifted focus from scooters to creating distinctive vehicles, launching the Sport Wagon pickup and a utility vehicle called the station wagon. Starting in 1954, the Powell trucks were uniquely assembled using refurbished chassis and engines from 1940 and 41 Plymouth sedans equipped with a 201 cubic inch 6-cylinder Mopar engine and introduced as the 1955 model year. Due to the mix-and-match approach with chassis and engines, no 2 Powell pickups are exactly alike. Some incorporated engines from different Plymouth years, while others featured Dodge and even Chrysler industrial engines. The trucks initially sported an all-steel body with a fiberglass front end, and early versions boasted oak bumpers and tailgates, which were later replaced with metal for safety reasons. A striking feature was the chrome grille, repurposed from the rear door of a 1950 Ford sedan, and the dashboard was designed around a standard Plymouth instrument cluster. In a nod to adaptability, some of the last trucks made in 1956 swapped out the Plymouth steering wheel for one from a Henry J. production trudged on until early 1957. By which time just over 1,000 trucks and around 300 sport wagons had been created, the latter starting in late 1956. The trucks were fairly basic, with options like turn signals and hubcaps in 1955, and the 1956 Deluxe model adding features like a diamond plate rear bumper and 2-tone seats. A memorable feature across models was the innovative fishing pole storage tube that extended from the rear fender. With a wheelbase of 117 inches, a width of 72 inches, and a length of 168 inches, the Powell truck integrated the pickup box into the sheet metal body, unlike other American manufacturers at the time who attached the cab and box separately. Despite their creativity, the Powell Manufacturing Company faced bankruptcy by mid-1957, briefly returning in the 1960s to produce small trail motorcycles before ultimately closing in the late 1970s. Today, the Powell pickup truck is a rare find, cherished for its uniqueness and limited production run, somewhere between 1,000 and 1,200 units. According to the Powell Registry, only between 100 and 150 sport wagons exist today, though their conditions vary. The 1941 Dodge WC-12 is a standout model from the WC series, a lineup of light and medium military utility trucks crafted by Chrysler under the Dodge and Fargo brands during World War II, affectionately nicknamed Beeps. This series came in 2 waves, with the first generation kicking off in 1940 and extending into early 1942, featuring nearly 82,400 half-ton 4x4 trucks. Initially labeled the VC series, the bulk of these vehicles from 1941 onward were known as the WC series, marking a direct progression from the 1940 VC models. Designed for a variety of military purposes, the WC series offered a wide array of specialized yet mechanically similar models straight from the factory, similar to the versatility seen in the modern high-mobility multi-purpose wheeled vehicles. This extended family of trucks included versions for cargo, troop transport, weapon carrying, command and reconnaissance, ambulances, utility vehicles, panel vans, and mobile communication and workshop trucks, showcasing a high degree of parts commonality among them. Among the series, the 3 4-ton 4x4 WC-51 and WC-52 weapons carriers were the most produced. These models weighed in at 5,250 pounds empty, 5,550 pounds with a winch, and featured dimensions that included a length of about 167 inches, a width of 82.75 inches, and a height of 81.875 inches. They were powered by the Dodge T214 engine, delivering 92 horsepower, and boasted a payload capacity of 1,500 pounds. Other specifications included a 4-speed transmission, leaf spring suspension, 10.72 inches of ground clearance, a 30-gallon fuel tank, a 240-mile operational range, and a top speed of 55 miles per hour. The 1941 Dodge WC-12's rarity today stems from its military roots and limited production run. As a 1-ton military 4x4, it was built with specific non-civilian uses in mind, and likely faced tough conditions during the war, leading to wear, damage, and a decrease in the number of survivors. Nowadays, stumbling upon a 1941 Dodge WC-12, especially in good or restored condition, is a rare find and highly prized by collectors and military vehicle enthusiasts. The 1938 Plymouth PT-57 is a pickup that emerged during an intriguing period in American history, as the nation was recovering from the Great Depression and edging closer to World War II. This vehicle stands as a testament to American resilience and innovation, transitioning from a commercial workhorse to a sought-after piece among collectors for its unique fusion of functionality and style. With its rounded fenders, striking grille, and assertive posture, the PT-57 captures the essence of 1930s automotive design. Inside, it embraces a straightforward, durable interior, designed to endure the demands of work without unnecessary frills. Technologically, the PT-57 was ahead of its time, boasting an all-steel body and a design that leaned towards aerodynamics more than its predecessors. It offered a range of colors, from practical tones to more vibrant options like reds and blues, appealing to a wide audience. The truck was available in different body styles, with the Express version featuring a side-mounted spare tire, standing out as particularly iconic. This pickup truck wasn't just about practicality. It brought a new level of style to the pickup category, blending the utility of a work vehicle with the aesthetics typically seen in passenger cars. Under the hood, the PT-57 was powered by an inline-6 engine, displacing 201 cubic inches and delivering between 70 and 85 horsepower. It featured a rear-wheel drive setup, a 3-speed manual transmission, hydraulic drum brakes, and sat on a 112-inch wheelbase. The vehicle's weight was recorded at 2,700 pounds. What makes the PT-57 so special today is not just its rarity, but its significance in the automotive world and its emotional appeal. Rated highly for both looks and collectability, it embodies a slice of automotive history, symbolizing a period when cars were seen as marvels of innovation and style. In summary, the 1938 Plymouth PT-57 pickup truck is more than just an old vehicle. It's a revered classic that showcases the best of its era in terms of reliability, style, and collector appeal, marking a golden chapter in the history of automotive design. The 1939 Studebaker L5 Coupe-Express was a bold attempt by Studebaker to blend a car and a pickup truck into one vehicle, marking the end of a 3-year experiment with this innovative idea. This model stood out for being more mechanically advanced and better looking than its predecessors. It kept the basic design from the 1938 model, but introduced a sleek, Ford-inspired grille and new front-end design from the 1939 Commander car, making it look fresh and modern with headlights integrated into the fenders. Under the hood, it boasted a strong 6-cylinder engine paired with a 3-speed manual transmission. Studebaker even offered an optional overdrive transmission for better performance. Additional options included a radio, heater, a sliding back window with wire reinforcement, and turn signals. However, despite its appealing features and design, the Coupe-Express struggled in sales. Its higher price compared to standard pickup trucks and the tough economic times meant there wasn't a big market for this luxury light-duty vehicle. After only managing to sell 1,000 units in 1938, production slightly increased to 1,200 in 1939, but it was clear the concept wasn't taking off. Studebaker decided to discontinue this hybrid model even before the 1939 models had cleared out of the showrooms. The 1939 Studebaker L5 Coupe-Express is now a rare find due to its limited production and being the last model of its kind. With only about 1,200 units ever made, it has become a valuable collectible for car enthusiasts and collectors. The 1954 GMC COE cab over-engine pickup is a special and hard-to-find truck with a lot of history and some cool features. This truck is from a group of medium-duty trucks first made by GMC in 1939. The 1954 model, part of the Z series, came out with some updates like a new one-piece windshield, a redesigned cargo area, and a different rear bumper designed to fit license plates. The inside of the truck matched in color, too. You could get the 1954 GMC truck with different sizes of wheelbases, 116, 125 and 1/4, and 137 inches. The half-ton Series 101-24 had the 116-inch wheelbase and was available in several styles, including just the chassis and cowl, chassis and cab, the standard pickup, panel truck, deluxe panel, canopy express, which had open sides at the back, and suburban. Depending on the model, the chassis lengths varied from 196.5 to 224 inches. The engine was a six-cylinder with overhead valves, 248.5 cubic inches, 4.1 liters in size, made of cast iron, with a bore of 3.718 inches and a stroke of 3.08 inches. It was pretty powerful, making 125 horsepower, more than the previous year's model. This engine had hydraulic valve lifters and a single-barrel carburetor. The 1954 GMC COE is a rarity because it was only made for 1 year before being replaced by the Y series in 1955. This line of trucks stopped being made in 1960. Nowadays, finding one of these trucks is rare because many were left to rust in junkyards when newer models came out. Seeing one of these trucks restored and back on the road is a real treat.